Radical acceptance of reality. What is it? How can that be useful in your daily life? And how can it be useful if you're charged with a crime or you're facing a criminal matter? Well, my name's Lance Fryrear, and I'm the defender of justice.
Defender of justice. Defender of justice. Defender of justice.
And I don't normally look like this. I look like this because my day job is as a defense attorney. And I'm putting these videos out here to inform the public about concepts that are useful in the legal system and maybe even in your everyday life. So I'm here to talk about the radical acceptance of reality. What do I know about that? I mean, what lets me talk about that? Well, I own this defense firm in Linwood, Washington, and let me tell you, it's hard defending people charged with crimes. I've been doing it for more than 20 years, and over the years, you might imagine that we run into lots of things that are really unfair. And you might feel that in your own life. You might run into something at work with your boss, or if you're charged with a crime, how unfair the system is, and we can get stuck. And when a person is facing a really tough situation, a situation that seems unfair or there's no hope, our brain sort of gets stopped. It doesn't know what to do, and we just obsess over how there's no way to change things and how we wish it were different. And in those situations, what's helped me is to embrace a concept, again, called radical acceptance of reality. I'll give you an example. I was a prosecutor 7 years, and I'm probably only about 5 years out at this point doing defense work. And, I'm still idealistic. I was a pretty fair prosecutor, I thought, and I have a major felony case. And I run into a very, very unfair, mean, basically dishonest, in my opinion, prosecutor. I was fighting for my client's life, and I was so upset about how this prosecutor wouldn't get back to me, how this prosecutor interfered with the administration of justice. I couldn't believe it. I took it personally. I would complain, and I would bitch, whine, and moan about the situation. I couldn't get anything done. So luckily for me, at that time, I was in some therapy type classes, and I got introduced to this concept. And I remember the therapist telling me, Lance, you can't change what you can't change. You have to radically accept the reality that this prosecutor is who this prosecutor is. She's not going to change. No matter how much I wish, no matter how much I complain, no matter how much I look for advice from others, this person is not going to change. So I've really embraced that. I said, okay, I'm going to radically accept the reality that I'm not dealing with a normal person. I'm dealing with someone who I think is unfair and isn't doing the job right. And once I embraced that, I could just let it go. I could let it go, and then I could begin to move forward to help my client. And we got a really great result eventually in that case, but I think without embracing the radical acceptance of reality, I probably wouldn't have got that result. And so maybe you can use that too. So if you're facing a criminal charge, let me tell you, it's scary. You don't know what's going to happen, and hopefully you can watch some other videos on my channel to give you an idea what's going to happen, but oftentimes we feel stuck, right? We don't know what's going to happen, and we also just wish it were different. Well, if you're in that situation, just radically accept the reality that you can't control what's going to happen, but maybe your attorney can, right? Radically accept that it's not fair, the situation you're in, but you can't change it not being fair. But once you accept that's the situation you're in, you can now take steps to move forward. And it really helps. And this can apply again to other areas of your life as well. Is your spouse not treating you fairly? Is your boss not treating you fairly? Is the world not treating us fairly? Do we wish it was different? Well, we can go out and try to do things to make it different. But first, we have to really, if we can just accept it is what it is, no matter how unfair it is, that'll sort of unstick us, okay, and unfreeze us. So I know this isn't the typical type of video I put out, and I put on the Defender of Justice gear today because, I felt a little more energized, and I appreciate you watching this channel and sticking in there with me, and I hope you find this helpful. If you found it helpful, please like and please subscribe. It helps get the message out there. And if you're charged with a crime, feel free to reach out to my firm. I've got a 5-attorney criminal firm in Linwood, Washington. We've been defending people charged with crimes for more than 20 years, and we try to focus on more than just the case. We do a good job with the cases, and I hope we do a great job with making it so our clients can sleep again at night. If you need some help, reach out to us. We'll do everything we can, and we'll be there for you. Thank you.